I'm Faye Watt, and let's queer up the USA view. How conservatives turn personal failures into public outrage again. A new op-ed by the advocates Ryan Adamczeski draws a sharp line between accountability and the conservative movement's growing tendency to turn personal failures into national controversy, especially when transgender people can be blamed. Adamczeski begins with a memory many viewers may share, growing up with parents who valued education. As she writes, her mother told her, quote, "It's the one thing that can't be taken from you," end quote. And when Adamczeski failed a class assignment, she says her mother didn't file a complaint with the school. She told her to do better. That personal responsibility standard, Adamczeski argues, is at odds with today's conservative influencers. People who have built entire careers not on achievement, but on losing. Taking former collegiate swimmer Riley Gaines, who, as Adamczeski notes, tied for 5th place in the 2022 NCAA event and has since risen to fame by attacking the transgender athlete she tied with, Lia Thomas. Adamczeski writes, quote, "Never before has someone become so famous for coming in 5th place," end quote. Now, University of Oklahoma student Samantha Fulnecky is attempting a similar path. After receiving a failing grade on an essay labeling trans people demonic and claiming gender roles are biblically ordained, she filed a religious discrimination complaint. The instructor, Mel Curth, who is trans, told her the work failed because, quote, "the paper does not answer the questions for this assignment, heavily uses personal ideology over empirical evidence, and is at times offensive," end quote. Despite this, the university sided with Fulnecky and placed Curth on leave. And like Gaines, Fulnecky is now appearing across conservative media. Adamczeski concludes that this pattern reflects a politics of entitlement, one that blames others rather than confronting failure head on. You know, this op-ed really nails it, okay? Conservative influencers have turned losing into a career path. Riley Gaines tied for 5th and became a star by attacking a trans woman. Now, this student who failed an assignment for not answering the question is on national TV crying discrimination. It's entitlement, masqueraded as activism, but it's entitlement. You know, this makes me think of a pageant, okay? I am truly honored and privileged to be asked to be a judge for various pageants, and I don't take it lightly, all right? I could know the person, I can have seen the person perform a million times, and I erase everything. I just give them a score on what I see at that stage presented in the time frame that they're given, right? I have been in front of someone beautiful who is wearing the perfect gown, is demonstrating class and grace on the platform, right? Her makeup looks flawless, her hair looks impeccable. Then when she opens her mouth, doesn't answer the question and answer like she should. And she didn't answer the question. I can't, with all my want, give her a good score when at the end of the day, everything looks beautiful. The package is there, but you're not answering the question. And that is the point of Q&A in a pageant. That's what I'm feeling for this girl. And now, and they didn't even, and the school not going on the side of the teacher. I mean, come on, folks.
I think we have several issues here. One, we live in a world that revolves around social media, and everybody is using social media as a tool and as a weapon. I think culturally, just not conservatives, but culturally, we are seeing entitlement. You know, it's just not conservative people. We see people, children, if they don't get their way, they scream foul. It's never their fault. It's always somebody else's fault. And unfortunately, we have, like schools, we would expected the school to say, no, the teacher did their job. But unfortunately, the person went on social media, made a big cry. There was enough people that rallied behind it, and the school goes, I don't want this headache. We just need to put, the teacher to the side for a few moments. And that's the problem that I have. I have a problem with the people who actually have the power to stand up against what is bullying to me. Mm-hmm. They're not. So you see schools kind of going back. You see organizations taking a side. You see people who would normally have stood up in this political climate right now saying, we need to maybe just stay quiet for a few minutes and let this pass over.
Oh, man. Yeah. Very, very true point. Edward?
It's just sad because, I think about my own 18-year-old niece who's at the University of Alabama. And what college life must be like for her in terms of, going there and exploring and getting to meet new people. I'm hoping that she gets to meet new people and different people,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because, you know, you can't just live in a glass or in a bubble, let's just say, because I think a lot of these kids grow up in communities where everybody is the same and kind of feels like everybody does the same thing, and they all kind of, sap from the same brain, you know, they all, you know, believe in a certain ideology.
Yeah.
And so there's no room for like something different, like a teacher coming into a university and showing that, you know, hey, I'm a person too, and I'm educated, and I'm here to educate all of you what the world is like, you know? And I would hope that my niece would have somebody like that inspiring her.
Yeah.
You know, for those parents for that girl that's there, you know, obviously they're advocating this for her because she doesn't have the resources herself to do it.
No.
So, you know, this is what it all goes to.
Well, and as a society, you know, think about kids. I mean, I hate to say this, but we've coddled our kids now. You know, everybody gets a participation award. You can't give F's out anymore. You know, I resonate. You know, when I came home with a bad grade, my mom didn't blame the teacher. She's like,
you didn't work hard enough.
You didn't work hard enough.
Studied.
Did you ask the right questions? Did you study? You know, what can we do to help? It wasn't the teacher's fault unless something blatantly was, you know, askew with what a teacher might have commented.
Yeah.
And we don't do that anymore. Yeah. So again, this entitlement is, we're actually making our children entitled.
And it's the fear of social media.
And the fear of social media backlash from teachers who, you know, are like, oh, I can't say anything because Karen's going to come in with her phone and bring her PTA squad behind them and, you know, kick me out of the school. But this is what's happening.
It's true.
And now we're seeing it on an even a bigger platform because now you're having college students and other people doing it. And again, the mass mob getting behind them, and now they're getting picked up by news. So you're giving them more of a platform like we just talked about.
Like, let's give like thoughts and beautiful love and energy to the teacher,
Absolutely.
to the Professor Curth, okay?
100%.
Because first of all, it takes a certain kind of person to be a teacher. Right? Especially in this day and age, especially I don't know what she's getting paid at this university, but you know what I mean? It's not what it should be. You know what I mean? It's not what it should be, right? And yet these folks go into this profession because they want the next generation to get as much education as possible, right? Mm-hmm. And this woman is trans. So she's already got like a target on her back, so to speak. Yet she's still going to do this, right? I mean, so, you know, take that leave and take that time off. Give yourself a couple spa days, girl. Right. And, you know, and I mean, honestly, you're an incredible person and you are enough and you didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, you did your job.
There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by sharing them and subscribing to Queer News Tonight.